I am absolutely thrilled once again to have here in the living room Magnus MacFarlane-Barrow to continue our conversation about the work of Mary's Meals. You might recognize his face because he's actually featured and the great work of Mary's Meals in the May edition of the Catholic TV Monthly. But here he is in the flesh. Welcome back.
Good
Magnus.
to be here again.
It's great to have you. We started talking the last time you were here about the documentary and how the work of Mary's Meals is the fruit of prayer and also Medjugorje. Could you tell us about a little bit about that and what inspired this this documentary we're going to be seeing here on Catholic TV?
Yeah, well, I first went to Medjugorje when I was only 15 with my brothers and sisters, and that was back in 1983, and we had an experience there that really changed our lives. It led my mother and father to turn our home into a Catholic retreat centre.
Oh, so the retreat centre was the fruit of a pilgrimage.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
And then it was 10 years after the birth of that retreat centre that this work for the poor began. And again, nothing really planned by us. We just made a very small effort to help the people who were suffering in Bosnia at that time during that terrible war. And then this work grew out of that, something that I never planned to do with my life, but I'm extremely grateful to God that He's given me this opportunity to do this with my life.
And the name of the documentary is Mary's Meals, a Fruit of Medjugorje. And it premieres on Catholic TV on Tuesday, the 22nd of May at 9 p.m. Also in Spanish and Espanol on the 26th of May at 10 p.m. We're looking forward to that. You know, I love the slogan, a simple solution to world hunger. Mary's Meals is a simple solution to world hunger. That simple solution is to reach a new milestone. Can you tell us about that?
Well, today we're feeding over 1 million children, 1.25 million children every day around the world. Recently we celebrated serving our billionth meal since this began, and that's just something.
1 billionth meals.
Yeah, something we never could have imagined when we began. I think it was 200 children we began feeding back in 2002. So I really do feel like this work is a miracle. I think it's another beautiful sign of God's mercy for the poor, and it just grows and grows because so many people around the world are doing lots of little things to support this mission, to make it possible.
I want to just travel back in time a little bit to you know, typically children receive a meal in school from Mary's Meals, but the Ebola crisis had to cause you to make some accommodations to the usual Mary's Meals plan. Can you help us understand that as well?
Yeah, because as you say, normally it's about providing one meal every day in school, and during that terrible Ebola crisis, all the schools closed in Liberia. And we gave our staff there the option to leave. It was a very terrifying situation, and to our amazement they chose not to leave. They wanted to stay with those communities and help them. So right through that period of time we continued to serve the food in those villages to the children at home, and that was really a lifeline to those communities and those children.
And again, the website for Mary's Meals is just Mary's Meals USA.
Exactly,
.org.
exactly, and lots of information there about this mission and how to get involved.
Back to the documentary too, again, Mary's Meals, the Fruit of Medjugorje. Can you tell us what our viewers can expect to see on May 22nd when it premieres?
Well, it's a beautiful story that unfolds before the camera, that explains how this work links to Medjugorje. It also follows the life of an amazing young man from Haiti, someone whose life has been transformed by Mary's Meals. So he's one of the stars of the film.
Very good. And it's also going to premiere in Spanish on the 26th of May at 10 p.m. All of that will remind you, of course. We won't leave you out of the loop. Magnus, one final question before I let you go. Back to your important work, feeding children all over the world. The importance of a peace-filled future is rooted in education. And hungry kids, they can't learn without having a full stomach. So it's kind of a winning combination. And it's just $19 US and 50 cents to feed a child for an entire year. Am I correct in that figure?
That's right.
It doesn't seem like much money.
No, it sounds impossible perhaps, but that is true. That's a real number, $19.50 to feed a child for a year. Two main reasons. One is nearly all the food that we serve, we buy locally from local farmers to help them, to help the local economy. And maybe more importantly, nearly all of this work is done by unpaid volunteers. So just in Malawi alone in Africa, we have over 80,000 people who take part in this mission by giving their time freely each day to feed the kids. So it's just this beautiful work that grows, consisting of lots and lots of little acts of love. None of us doing anything spectacular on our own, but when you put it all together, it's creating this incredible thing, this thing that's really changing the world, I think.
Well, it's great to talk to you, not simply because you have that beautiful sound of a Scotsman, but because of the wonderful work that you are doing, as you say, just feeding the kids. It's as simple as that. MariesMealsUSA.org is the website. Magnus MacFarlane-Barrow, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
And it's wonderful to meet you.
It's been a great pleasure.
I look forward to a visit.
Please, you must come and see us.
Okay. And we must go back to more now of This Is the Day.